Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Rocks from Pounding Rocks Truck Shop, and this is a 521 episode. I think this is episode 6. Anybody who's just tuning into the channel now, I am working on multiple projects. I'm a Nissan truck guy, top to bottom. I'm not an expert. I don't have the most amazing shop. I have a garage in which I can do various things to fix these, and yeah, you're not going to find any crazy fabrication in here, but you'll find some cool stuff every once in a while that might help you out through your projects. I have Autocross Hardbody, which has been in the fleet since 2008. Lots of videos on that one. The 521. Outside is a supercharged body swap Nissan Pathfinder with a VG33ER. That's almost done. I've got a 1986 Nissan 720 King Cab two-wheel drive truck too that is on this channel every once in a while. So there's a little something for everyone, I would suppose. If you're a Nissan truck guy, you're going to like it from top to bottom. All the way from the first one all the way to the last one, the end of the Titan. Which is a sad story. I really am going to miss it. I never owned a Titan, but Nissan really could have just totally annihilated the market if they had just done it right. Like, you know, they really invented the small pickup truck. They could have taken the strength of this and just done something crazy with the Titan, and not saying make the Titan small, but take the spirit of this and throw it into the Titan, and it probably could have done a lot better. But as it stands, they only sold like 7,000 units in 2023. So if you bought a 2023 model, you're you get a rare truck, I guess. Anyways, enough about that because I don't have a lot of time on this camera here. But I had to sit back and look at this thing and go, what is the first thing that needs to be done? What's the first thing that I can do that's going to go in the truck and not have to come back out of the truck because I screwed something up or because something else has to go on top of it or wire it around? And it's the wiper motor. The wiper motor and the wiper transmission is the first thing that can go in this truck, get bolted down, and everything else will pan out from that point on. Because I have to take the dashboard out, which I've already done. That's a 1967 dashboard. And I really like this thing. I like it better than the 72. There is definitely differences, but I really like this dashboard because of the metal top. Even though it's supposed to have fabric on it, the metal top is actually kind of more workable than the fabric. But I do have a fabric one, but it's just not great. Anyways, so I have to pull this out because I'm going to run the dash harness. I have all the harnesses laid out here. Well, they're piled, but they're laid out. So we got the complete dashboard harness, which came with the truck, which is great. All these harnesses came with the truck, by the way. Here, because the fuse box is right here, most of this mess right here is underhood harness, and then sitting below that is the body and tail light harness, which I'm going to worry about that last. But inside the cab now is absolutely bare, so I can start wiring. I can start running wiring in different places. I can get the let me get this light on here. I can get the steering column out now and figure out why the steering wheel is so screwed up, which I have a suspicion. I can finish doing cleaning. I can paint the floor. I can get the heater core in. All this stuff is completely in there and not even in the way. So I can start mounting things in here. So I think that starting with the wiper motor first is probably the best bet, because that's going to be the most... It's just once it's in there, it's not going to be in the way. I'm not going to have to take it back out. Everything else can pivot around that. And I think that'll be where I want to start. So the dash is out. As I said, that's a 67 harness there too, that dash. I don't even see it sitting on the floor right there. We just looked at that. But this is the original harness to the truck. So it's got all the switches. It's got everything. So that's great. Everything's in great shape. So it should just lay right out the way it's supposed to, behind the dash there, and it should be, then from there I can fan out. I'll get the steering column back in after I figure out why it won't steer properly. The engine harness will be run completely with the headlight harness. I'll do the battery cables, and then I can move on to things like the cooling system. I got to notch the radiator, this aluminum radiator here. This is the bee's knees, but it sits just a little too high, so I got to notch this hole here and that hole right there. I got to notch them so it can just slide down like 1/4 of an inch. If it slides down 1/4 of an inch, it'll fit right in the core support just fine, and I'll never have to worry about it again. I put the fan blade on, but it's so cute and so tiny, and it just seems like it's ineffective, that I actually have a 13-inch fan here sitting underneath these hubcaps. I have a fan for it, so I'm probably going to wire an electric fan in. So there's the list, the stage 1 list right here. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in a future episode. Thanks for tuning in to Pounding Rocks Truck Shop.